Hello, we're Richard and Jackie. We're early retirement wanderlust.
We've recently retired and we have a wanderlust for travelling, hence the name, and we have brought you to one of our favourite places in the Yorkshire Dales.
This week we take you wild camping. We learn to film on the road. We cook some pizza on our cadac stove. We continue our dog sitting duties, and we learn from Callie how to slow down the pace of life in early retirement.
So this is Kelly Van Dog. She's joining us for 2 weeks of our travels. She's my sister's dog, who is out in America at the moment, and we thought it would be a good fun to have her joining us while we're pootling around the Dales.
So the story behind how we've ended up with a van dog is pretty simple. We're absolutely useless at sorting out our cats, so we sold the house. We're homeless, we're living in a van, and we realised that we've got nowhere for the cats to go. So they're currently living with my mother-in-law, and the trade-off is that we trade in 2 cats for one very, very beautiful van dog. Is that right, Callie? We think it's a fair trade, and Callie's coming on our travels for the next couple of weeks just to see what we're up to. We're going to cook pizza tonight in front of one of our favourite 3-peak mountains, and we're going to use the cadac. We love the cadac mainly because it's just dead quick and easy. As you can probably see, it hooks into the LPG at the back of the van, so it means that we can pull up, we can get this on the go, and we can be cooking pretty quick. You can cook in pans on it, so you can treat it like an outdoor hob. You can treat it like a barbecue. You could hot plate. We'll take you through some of that, no doubt, in the future, but tonight we're going to have a look at the amazing pizza stone. Now, one of the things we've got to do is first of all light the thing. It never works, so this is going to tempt fate. Best laid plans and all. So we're going to use the pizza plate. One of the strange things about the pizza plate is it doesn't come with any instructions. So the best way that we found to do it is to put this pizza stone on the hot plate, put it on the fire, put the lid on, and you've got your ready-made pizza oven that'll be up to heat in about 10 minutes time. Right, what would have happened if Jackie had pressed record is we'd have got the Aldi pizza straight out of the box, straight out of the wrapper, could have showed it to you, £2, all in, great supper, didn't quite happen because she forgot to press record. So, if you come and have a quick look, if we are recording now, cadac got up to heat, about 10 minutes, whacked the pizza straight on the stone, pop the pan back on. It's running at about 250 degrees C, so it should be ready in about 8 to 10 minutes. Right, we're at 8 minutes. We've had a change of angle to make sure that we get the lovely reddish sunset in the background and a couple of sheep, rogue sheep wandering past. I'm desperately trying not to stand on thistles at the time for artistic pride, but if you come and have a look at the pizza, 8 minutes. It's always struggles a little bit on the top, but on the bottom it's nice and crisp. All it does is it comes off the stone. Try desperately not to drop it, and we're ready to go for supper. Morning. As you can probably tell, we've just come off a couple of nights wild camping. We're up here on Bardon Moor at the moment, just outside Skipton. It's absolutely glorious, very quiet in the morning. All you can hear is the pop of various shotguns going off. It's a big shooting ground for the local estate. It's been really gorgeous up here. We had an amazing sunrise this morning. Jackie's still in bed. The dog's still in bed. She don't want to come for a walk, so I thought I'd come out here and try and get a little bit of footage and practice doing this YouTube malarkey. So one of the things I tried to do yesterday was finish the editing of the first video, and then the challenges of uploading it to YouTube when you're in the middle of nowhere. We thought it was going to work out really well. Everything was going swimmingly right up until the point it then said it takes about an hour to upload a video. We fired it up, sent it through, right up until the point the laptop ran out of power. And one of the things about being in a camper van in the middle of nowhere when you've got a laptop is that you ain't got any 240 volt electricity and you ain't got any way of charging the computer. So that's crashed, failed, so we're going to have to go and find some power to still try and upload our first YouTube video. It's all a learning process. I'd like to say I'm enjoying the process. It's feeling a little stressful. Being a beginner at something, I love my stills photography, and I really enjoy putting out images that we find and we capture. Finding video footage, editing video footage is a whole different ball game. One of the things we've always tried to do in life is to try and learn new things, and we can't have been teachers for 30 years without realizing the importance of learning. But one of the things that this whole videoing experience is teaching us is that how difficult it is to go back to be a learner. And I think sometimes when you've been teaching for 30 years, it's too easy to forget that, and it's too easy to take that for granted. And one of the things that we want to do in early retirement is to continue learning, and this is just part of the process, as uncomfortable as it may be, as I'm stood here on a moorland quietly in the middle of nowhere talking to myself, because it's probably the only place I feel comfortable talking on camera. But there you go.
It's my birthday today.
And we're a little bit jaded and a little bit hungover.
Had a great night at son Luke's house last night though.
And we've just been to Dunham Massey, which was quite nice, seeing all the deer wandering around. Beautiful.
One of my favourite places. I love going and doing photography there. We did have a van dog with us, which made it a little bit different.
And we've just stopped off in the Cheshire countryside because it was just far too busy to film, and we don't want to do this in public. So we've come to a quiet Cheshire field in the middle of nowhere to try and film this.
We're definitely still trying to get used to talking onto a camera.
So we've had a busy week. We've done our first week on camera, and now we're planning for what we're going to do next week and beyond.
We've booked a ferry for Friday morning, which is really exciting, so we're off to the French Alps.
So the idea is we're going to drive down and sleep at the port, catch the first boat out. I think it's a 4:30 ferry, and then try and get down to the Alps as quick as we can. Probably a week just outside Lake Geneva, which will be Léger and the Port du Soleil.
I really want to go to Courchevel and Meribel. The villages just look stunning. We've seen lots of video footage, both summer and winter. So it's a place that we've really wanted to visit.
And then, so a couple of weeks doing that, and then probably a week heading back, but spending some time at the lake, at Lake Annecy. It should be nice and quiet because it'll be the middle of September. All the schools will be back. We won't be back because we'll be retired.
Definitely trying to make wet weather alternatives as well, because obviously the weather's about to turn in the Alps, so if it's not great weather, we thought we'd visit a little bit further south, maybe the gorges of Verdun and the southern Mediterranean coast, which should be nice.
So that'll get us to about mid-September, and then we're planning on coming home just for a week to try and see if we've had any developments with the house and buying the house up in Yorkshire.
I doubt it.
and to see the family and check in on them, and then we're going to try and catch the best of the end of the summer weather up in the Outer Hebrides and try and spend a couple of weeks up there.
Definitely one of our favourite places. We've been up twice now. We did a tour around Barra and the Uists, and then a second tour around Harris and Lewis, which is where we want to return to. The beaches are just amazing, so we want to go and have long winter walks or autumn walks on the beaches, hopefully not as much rain as when we were there last time in February.
And then hopefully that will give the solicitors probably a good 6 to 8 weeks to have finally sorted out our house, and we should be in a better position for moving in and actually have a home again. I mean, at the moment, the home's our VW camper.
Which is not a bad home. We love travelling in the van. So in the nice weather, the summer, it's not too bad. The addition of the van dogs just made it a bit more interesting for a couple of weeks.
And that's us. So that's our plans. We've come to the end of our first week of filming. It's been interesting. It's been weird.
Still no better at talking on camera, but I think we'll get used to it slowly but surely.
And we'll have a purpose for our next video, which is when we'll be heading south, racing for the port.
Exciting.
See you later.
Bye.